My name is Deanna Lane, and I'm the Director of Youth Ministry at Sacred Heart Church in West Des Moines. I have been doing this for 5 years. This will be my third NCYC that I'm going on, and I'm very excited to go. Can't wait to go again. I've been asked to talk a little bit about how I promote NCYC and get kids to go. And it is a tough thing. Kids are busy, they have a lot of activities, and so you really have to make them see the value of the trip, that it's worth taking a couple days off of school and spending around $500 or raising that amount of money. You have to do a little bit of convincing. So I start early by having a parent meeting in January, and I invite all of the current 8th graders through 11th graders, because that's the group that will be eligible to go next fall. I send out invitations to all of those families and telling them a little bit about NCYC and encourage them to come to a meeting to learn more about it. And at that meeting, I show the promotional video that is on the NCYC website. And then I usually invite some past participants to come, some of the teens that have gone before, to give a little testimony as to why they went and what they got out of it and why they would encourage somebody else to go again. So that's been very effective, and it gives the parents a chance to ask questions and get more information in person. The other thing I try to do is really encourage the 8th graders. I feel like if you can get them early, then they'll have 2 opportunities to go, and that's been an important thing. So I'll look for opportunities when the 8th grade parents will be together. We do our confirmation in 8th grade, so we have a parent meeting early in the year of 2011. In January, we have a parent meeting. So I've asked our director of religious ed if I could come to that parent meeting and have just 5 minutes to talk to the 8th grade parents about next year's NCYC. So they're a captive audience, and that's an opportunity to do some promotion. I also go around to the 8th grade classes, the religious ed classes, and our school classes, and give those kids the information. Of course, at our weekly Wednesday youth group meetings, I'll show the promotional video and a slideshow of pictures from our own past trip, and have kids that have gone before, again, give testimonials to the high school students that come to the Wednesday night youth group meetings. And then the traditional ways to communicate, I'll put bulletin articles in, I'll have it up on our church website, the information, all the details, the cost, when the meetings are, when the fundraising will happen, and a link to the forms. How can they get the forms to register for NCYC? Also, I use Facebook quite a bit. I have a Facebook page for our youth ministry group, and so I'll send out Facebook information inviting the kids to come to NCYC and to where they can get all that information. So once I've done all that promotion, I put out a commitment form. They just have to fill out a form saying, yes, I'm interested. The parents sign it. It has the very basic information of like what the total cost will be, and asks them if they'll be participating in fundraising or will they be paying for it themselves. And then a deposit is due, and I collect that around April, and then give them the opportunity to pay the remainder in installments. I know some youth ministers will break it down into monthly payments, or you can do 4 larger payments, however that works best with your schedule. And of course, we do fundraising all throughout that, and so they can use their fundraising money to count as their payments. There's different ways that they can get that commitment form to me, or that, first of all, that they can pick it up. I put it on the website. I try to make it as easy and accessible as possible. So I put all of the forms that they need on our church website. I also have a stack of them in the gathering space. We have a youth ministry bulletin board in the church, so I put them there, and I have them available at any youth ministry gathering that we have. I try to talk it up and have the forms available for them. And they can mail those in, they can drop them off at the church office, or they can hand them back to me in person. So after they've decided that they want to go and they commit and they turn in their commitment form and a deposit in April, I hold regular meetings, a few meetings throughout with the parents and the teens, so that they can help be prepared. What you don't want to do is just get them to commit in April and then show up in the fall. You really need to do some preparation all throughout the summer months and in the early fall, so that they are ready for the experience and know what it is that they're getting themselves into. One thing I did last time that I will definitely do again, one of the forms that NCYC requires needs to be notarized. And that seems to be a bit of a challenge for some parents to make the time and effort to go and find a notary to get it signed. So we had a notary signing party last time. So one of the parent meetings where parents were going to have to come anyway and the teens were coming to get information about NCYC, and that was in the summer. It was before the deadline of when it had to be turned in, but I invited a notary to come, and they just sat there at the check-in table, and everybody flowed through the line and had him notarize their form as they checked in, and that was very convenient. The parents appreciated that, and it made it much more successful. I had all the forms in on time rather than having to call people and track them down. The final thought I want to share is why should you take a group to NCYC, and why should teens spend this time? I'm really upfront with them and tell them, yes, it's expensive and it does require you to take some time out of your life. You might miss a sporting event, or you might miss an important test at school that you'll have to make up. But I think the best testimonial is from kids that have gone before. And I always do a survey on the bus on the way home. I have them do some reflection and ask them some questions about their experience and how they plan to apply what it is, the spirit, the fire that they gained while they were on NCYC. What are they going to do with that? Because the worst thing would be is to just go for this weekend, experience it, and then never do anything with that. So I have witnessed kids coming home with a lot of enthusiasm. It's contagious. They come back to the youth group and they're excited about encouraging and calling their friends and having them come to events. I've seen a lot of kids come back with leadership skills. And so I want to share a few quotes that kids put on their evaluation forms when they came back. Some things they said is, I feel like a new person in my faith. Another teen said, it made me proud to be a Catholic. Another one said, it affected my faith greatly. I will always remember this experience, and I am not ashamed to say, yes, I believe in God. Another one said, it showed me that God and Jesus are in my everyday life. And finally, another teen said, going to NCYC confirmed my faith. So hope you enjoy and get a big group of kids to go, and we'll see you at NCYC.